Hey guys, it is Laurence here and welcome to this video. I wanted to talk about why you might be struggling to get the results that you want from your cold outreach and more specifically about your cold email. And I want to go through 5 hidden truths or things that people don't really talk about enough that are probably stopping you from achieving the results that you want to achieve. And you're probably going through YouTube and seeing that, there's all these people out there that are generating hundreds of sales calls every single month through cold email, and it's possible, but you're just not really sure why you're not experiencing those results. Before we dive in, if you don't know who I am, my name is Laurence. I've built and scaled 2 agencies now, Laurence Marketing and now Hey You, where we help other agencies just like you to generate more sales calls, grow your business, and sign more clients, more impact, and basically have a healthier, more exciting business by generating more sales calls. So first thing is there's this myth, I guess, that it doesn't take much time to generate sales calls through cold email. It's not a laborious task, when in fact, it kind of is. It takes an awful lot of time, an awful lot of energy, an awful lot of attention to get the results that you're looking for from cold email. Obviously, you've got the launching of campaigns, the obvious stuff, the sourcing of leads, the stuff that you're probably already doing right now. But there's a lot more to it than just launching it, sending it out, waiting to see what happens, and then kind of taking those results and shrugging your shoulders and saying that was what it is. So the first thing that you need to kind of remove from your thought process is it doesn't take up that much time. It does. It takes time and it takes commitment, and it takes a long time as well to get email campaigns working in the way that you want them to. The second problem the second thing that you're probably missing is the depth of tracking. A lot of people might look at how many emails they send, they might look at their open rate, and they might look at how many calls they get booked, and that's as far as it goes. And they miss the juicy stuff. They miss the stuff that's going to make all the difference, basically. So one thing that I would recommend that you do is set KPIs before you even launch a campaign. Because if you launch a campaign and then look at the metrics, it's too late, and it's kind of, you're just reacting. Everything's happening to you passively, and you're shrugging your shoulders saying, this is how many calls I've got. It is what it is. You set KPIs before you launch a campaign. Maybe you want your open rate to be this. You want the number of people to maybe watch a video to be this. You want the number of people to book a call to be this. And if they don't hit those KPIs, then you can figure out where in the process you're falling short ultimately. And you can fix that part, because not necessarily everything that you're doing is broken. It might just be the 1 or 2 little things that need tweaking to remove that bottleneck and see the results fly through. Doing that amount of testing, linking back to my first point, the fact that it takes time, doing this amount of testing takes so much time. So much time. And not only does it take time to gather the data, you've then got to sit there and look at the data and understand how do I make decisions moving forward based off this data? What do I need to change? And when you do make a change, you can only really change one thing at a time. Because if you change more than one thing at a time and the results that you get change after you've made those adjustments, you don't know what created that change. So you can only make one change at a time. That's why it requires so much patience, takes a long time to do, requires a lot of energy and attention. And I might offend a few people here, but I'll go out on a whim and admit it. 95% of cold email lead gen agencies simply don't work. And the reason, in my opinion, that they don't work is not that I don't think that the business owner, the agency owner doesn't know what they're doing, but the business model itself, for me, is fundamentally flawed, because the time commitment on a day-to-day basis and over the long term is so vast that when, let's say, an average agency owner is just themselves, if they've got more than say 2 clients and they're trying to grow their own business, they're trying to generate sales calls, they're sitting on sales calls themselves, and then they've got to look after multiple clients, there's not enough hours in the day, basically. And there's only one person that loses there, and it's the end client. I don't really believe that completely done for you cold email lead gen agency, 9 times out of 10, there is the odd outlier, of course, but 9 times out of 10 doesn't really work. And that's why we have switched. And this video is not about me and what we do, but we've switched from a done for you to a model where we actually bring in support to our clients. We actually hire virtual assistants and train them up to be able to manage it for them on a kind of long-term basis.
Hey, just real quick, sorry to interrupt the video, but I just wanted to let you know of our brand new free course that we have just launched that takes you through how to book more appointments on your sales calendar through cold email. The course is completely free, comes with a free community as well, where there's live calls where you can ask me anything, get your questions answered. The second link in the description is going to take you to the free course. As I say, completely free, and it's going to walk you through how to get success from your cold email campaigns. So I will leave it there and enjoy the rest of the video.
Another kind of thing that I see happen all the time that might be stopping you from achieving the results that you want to achieve is that you are either doing a lot of volume or you're doing quality outreach, but you're not doing both. And you need to do both. You need to do high quality and high volume at the same time. If you're sending out vanilla messages to lots of people, yes, it might work on the short term, but you're basically looking for the lowest hanging fruit. And that lowest hanging fruit isn't always going to be around. And it actually requires just as much work long term to kind of not put any effort in because of the problems it creates further down the line. You need to basically be able to do quality and quantity at the same time. Otherwise, you're just not going to, your message isn't going to strike. And it is a numbers game to a degree, but you want to make sure that you're hitting both quality and quantity. Leading on from that, one thing that I see is people, they look at their goals. A lot of people don't even have goals. So make sure that if you want to get you want to have a successful cold outreach campaign, first of all, you've got to define what success looks like. And this video is not about creating goals and how to create them. But let's say you've got a goal. Most people will be like, well, my goal is to generate X number of sales calls. Therefore, I only need to send out X amount of emails. I only need to buy X amount of email addresses. I only need to get X amount of domains. And they correlate the volume of effort required with the size of their goal. So some people say, well, I only want 10 sales calls a month. Do I really need to buy this many domains and email addresses? And ultimately, that's the wrong way to think about it. You should be creating your energy and effort, and the volume should be in correlation to how badly you want to achieve your goals. Not the size of the goals, but how badly you want to achieve them. If you still only want 10 sales calls a month, but 10 sales calls a month to you is going to mean this many clients, this amount of revenue, this amount of profit, change your life. How badly do you want it? Well, do whatever it takes to make it happen. Don't do the minimum amount of work to make it happen. Do whatever it takes. So make sure that your output is the volume of your output is correlated not to the size of your goal, but to how badly you want to achieve your goal. That's the key. My last point here is, this is a big one, and it's a thing that a lot of people, again, it's a change of mindset, a change of thought process. You want to create something that works. So forget about how difficult it is to do, how expensive it is, how long it takes you to do. You want to find an outreach strategy that works. And even if that means a handwritten letter, well, that's, if we want to do it digitally, whatever it is, you want to find something that works. Maybe you're creating a personal video for every single one of your prospects, and you're saying that you're going to create a new website for them for free, just as a thank you for getting on a call or whatever it may be. You're only limited to your imagination. Find something that works regardless of cost, regardless of time, regardless of anything. And then once you've found something that works, figure out how to scale it. Because it's so much easier to figure out how to scale something that works than to find something that works and is scalable at the same time, because that's near on impossible. So just find something that works. And then once you've got that, now you have a different problem. But this problem is much easier to solve. It is, how do I scale it? Do I create templates? Do I hire VAs? Is there an AI software that can help me do this? That's a much easier problem to solve. Now, if you want help putting more calls on your calendar, if you want help improving your outreach, if you want to remove those bottlenecks and start to get 20, 30, 50, 60, 100, 150, 200 sales calls a month on your sales calendar through outreach, through paid ads, whatever it takes, then first link in the description is for you. We'll explain exactly how we can help and kind of figure out whether or not this is going to be a good fit for you. If it is, great. If it isn't, that's great as well, because we'll be able to give you some steps that you can go away and implement into your business to improve your outreach strategies. Hopefully you've got some value from this video. If you have, do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next one.